Access Solution.
Hi, I'm Glenn of Access Solutions. Welcome to my vlog. On this episode of Access Solutions, I'm gonna show you how I make homemade dried fish. Yesterday, when our fellow Filipino kitchen manager went to Koki Market to pick up some items for manager's meal, I asked him to buy me some fish just in case he comes across one like this. Well, I'm not sure what kind of fish this is, but I'm pretty sure that you can use virtually all kind of fish for sun drying. The first thing that I usually do is to wash the fish and inspect them for freshness because if the fish is not fresh anymore, I would rather not sun dry these things and just straight away fry them. So these are the fishes, and I'm not sure how you call them in your place, but they are just the right size for making tuyo or dried fish. Usually from the commercial point of view, they are not required to remove the intestines of these little fishes, but they must remove the gills. But for me, I prefer to remove both the intestines and the gills. Since these fishes are tiny, it's gonna take a while for you to complete cleaning all of them. For small fishes like these, you may want to consider being extra careful when you're pulling off the intestines. You don't want to rip off some of its external body parts, and it's not gonna look good on your dried fish later on. So after carefully removing those internal stuffs, the fishes must be washed thoroughly in preparation for salting. The most preferred type of salt for salting fishes is the rock salt. But since I don't have them in here, I'm just gonna use anodized salt. The principle behind of what I'm doing here is that for every layer of fish, I just sprinkle them with iodized salt. So this way you're safely or uniformly distributing salt particles to all the fishes in this container. You must decide carefully on how much salt you apply on this mixture because it will affect the taste of the fish later on. Not only the taste, but the quality itself will be affected later on because the salt is acting as preservatives. Of course, the sun is also a major factor, but the salt will definitely keep some forms of bacteria or invasive organisms from rotting this fish away. So that's the process for cleaning and salting. All we need to do now is to keep this in a fridge for the entire night. This will help the fish to absorb the salt. Do not put this in the freezer as it may prevent the salt from getting absorbed by the fish. This is the next day, and now we're moving on to the next process where we're going to rinse this with plain water, and the reason for that is to get rid of the extra salt that the skin of the fish has absorbed overnight. Here I'm preparing another salt solution which comprises of salt and just plain water. I don't have a definite measurement for the amount of salt in this solution, but rather I am basing my estimates on the number of the fish. After the rinsing process, we just have to dilute it again in our salt solution. Just drain it off after and never rinse it again with any water that might remove the salt. Here I'm gonna use a dryer from Lazada. I bought it last time. It's actually pretty cheap if you buy it from that platform. I believe it only cost me around 200 to 300. The good thing about using this net is that it prevents flies from laying eggs on your fishes. As you can see, it has multi-layers where you can arrange these little fishes and they're gonna be safely dried out by the sun on the next couple of days. And so like I said, once you zip it up, only the smaller versions of flies may be able to pass through the holes in this net, but the rather large ones will be staying outside the net. Here I place it in the area where it can get plenty of sunlight from 8 a.m. up to 5 p.m. Don't forget to collect them in the afternoon, and you don't want them to be left hanging out overnight because they may collect moisture from the air. This is how they look like after a day of drying out to the sun. You can say that they are already dry, but you can tell that there is a high moisture content in these fishes, so you will have to set another day to dry them out to the sun. But for the time being, we're gonna keep this in a chiller overnight just to make sure that things will go well tomorrow when we dry them out. Okay, this is the second day and the sun is already up, and it's been forecasted that there will be no rain tonight, so it's gonna be safely sitting there. So in the afternoon, I just collect them again to, see if they're ready for frying. Here is our final product of the homemade tuyo or dried fish, and you can see that it's already dried, and yeah, I think it's ready for cooking. Let's go ahead and let's try frying one out. There you go, it's done. I guess it's safe to say that we have successfully made our homemade dried fish, judging by the way it looks. Later on, we will further judge its success through its taste. Okay, if you wish to extend its life without putting them in the fridge, you may want to add another day of drying or half a day. Okay guys, this is the real final product. If you find this video enjoyable, please subscribe to my channel and please do leave your comment at the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day everyone. Goodbye.